bet. And so I was able to get World War II ties to football and popularity. And so
Bet.
one, I think you might have just spoke about it. How Bill talked about how his own personal history with his
Hmm.
father who played for Detroit and also was in the Navy.
Because let's
But
see, because Pryfer was also a naval officer until 1994. Graduated
man,
from the U.S. Naval Academy in '89.
and so speaking about that wall, Belichick said, I'm very proud to be part of the recognition that we're going to put up here in the football building. It kind of goes back before my time to William Davy, who served in the Continental Army in the American Revolution. He's like, there's so many people in the program that have served for us. I'm very proud to be a part of that. And then he goes on, and in the media, like you said, he was talking about World War II and its ties to football. And he's like, he spent 4 minutes. Belichick spends 4 minutes on the subject, explaining how wartime transformed football from a regionalized sport to a true national pastime. Belichick says, World War II was the explosion of football. I mean, it was literally an explosion of it because prior to that, nobody in the East knew what the South was doing. Nobody in the South knew what was going on in the West with Pop Warner and people like that. There was no film, there was no TV, there's nothing. And once they got in the war, then all those teams came together. All those players came together. Guys from every part of the country played together and they talked, and the coaches too. It's like they exchanged a lot of ideas like, hey, we're doing this drill, we're running this play, we're training like this, we're doing this. And that led to a lot of information exchange after the war. After everybody went back to where they were, and then people from the Ivy League would interact with people from the Southwest and the South and the West and the Midwest. Once you got into the late 40s and 50s, you saw the T formation, the passing game expand, and players in the NFL in higher quality. And the higher quality there because the good players were more easily recognizable because they're playing against other good players. A lot of coaches like Paul Brown used the networking to build a team like he did the Browns and also build a repertoire of plays. So that's a cool aspect when you look at it to think about, hey, how did football explode? And truth be told, that is definitely one reason why it did explode as much as it did. Because you had people coming together, explaining these ideas, but then you do. I know he said there was no TV. It's like there was no film, but I think it wasn't as readily available because once World War II happened and TV really became a thing, because propaganda films and all that good
Yeah,
jazz.
you got you're doing recruiting, all that stuff.
I think that's when people are like, "Oh, I can actually go outside of my state, or I can go travel elsewhere and go look for somebody and get somebody to come to the University of Southern California or get somebody to come to the University of Florida who lives in Illinois, because these boys in Illinois got some real hog maws and whatnot and do what they do. So yeah, I'm with it. I think that's kind of cool. Cool little Veterans Day history for us today, y'all.
Oh yeah,
Learning how World War II tied to football. Bet
indeed.
y'all ain't, bet y'all ain't know that. Grab a book.
Read a book.
Don't always just use Chat GPT. Read a book.